It's the 2K Sports pregame show, sponsored by Kia.
Hello, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. Always a pleasure, and I mean that, to be here with Kenny and Shaq. Tonight, it'll be the Philadelphia 76ers going up against the Orlando Magic. Well, for Orlando, they're not satisfied with the record over the last 10 games. Under 500 basketball, just not good enough. Looking to improve tonight. And Jahlil Okafor, the former Duke star, came into the league and was an impact player right away. It's rare to see a player with so much polish this early in his career.
You and Kenny hate this word, but I'm going to keep on saying that this guy has some of the best feet work in the post and can make defenders look foolish. Yes, it is. Okay. Not the fastest, but knows how to use his body to shield the ball, and I love his feet work.
Well, I think surprisingly he slipped to number 3 when he was drafted. After winning a national championship, I thought he'd go number 1. But right now I think he's got everything together. He's starting to get his act together on and off the court, so he understands that this can make him a star.
That does it for us for now. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you later.
It's Friday night, and live on 2K Sports, we're going to bring you the NBA and all its excitement. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter is David Aldridge. The Philadelphia 76ers preparing to defend home court in this Eastern Conference battle. They came away with the victory in their last meeting, which, by the way, was also in this building.
The thing I took away from that game was just how dominant they were on the backboard.
Well, it would have been hard not to see how dominant they were based on the numbers. I mean, they just completely dominated the glass.
Now let's send it down to David Aldridge, standing by from the sidelines. David?
Well, Nick Vucevic is from a basketball family. His father, Borislav, played professionally until age 44. Nick said, "I used to watch him practice every day. He taught me everything, not just skill-wise, but how to live as an athlete, being mentally ready for the ups and downs. Even today, he's kind of my personal coach. He tells me what he sees and how I can get even better." Evan?
Big advantage, DA. Thanks. And guys, when you look at the Magic, what would be your recipe for them to improve offensively?
Three-pointers and free throws. I mean, threes and frees, I like to say. Last season shot the second fewest free throws in the league with their athletes. They've got to find a way to get more trips to the line. And when you look at the threes, I mean, shot a decent percentage, but we're in the bottom third in terms of attempts. They need that floor spacing, so they've got to add some shooting.
Embiid.
Well, I tell you, when Okafor sees a wide-open teammate, he really zips the ball over to set him up for a clean look at the bucket.
Now the starting group for Orlando. The guard tandem is Payton and Fournier. Gordon down low with Vucevic, and it's Ross in at the 3. Here's McConnell after the made shot from Nikola Vucevic. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. McConnell passes to Embiid, and Embiid throws it down.
Oh, why, dunk you very much.
he can really fly, and you combine that, Greg, with some nice penetration, too, and you've got 2 points.
A lot of bounceability there, guys. I mean, well above the rim. That's what makes him dangerous.
Here's Fournier. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. Ross for 3. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
And the way they attacked the basket in that game was unreal. I mean, after a while, the defenders seemed to just wave the white flag.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, that's what will happen when the team continues to attack the basket and come away with layups. The defense tends to get demoralized and deflated.
Now here's Payton after Henderson's miss. And here is Peyton. An 11-point game for him in the win against the Grizzlies in Memphis.
Yeah, but Kevin, a lot of those points came at the line. I mean, he was aggressive to attack the D, not settling, and really did a good job of cashing in on those free throws.
And Philadelphia has possession, following the bucket by Orlando. There's a good screen. Here's Covington. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Covington's got his first points in this one.
Man, I'm impressed by the level of concentration Covington has on these difficult finishes. I mean, in this league, you have to get used to making shots despite being bumped a little bit or being challenged at a high level.
Here's Gordon. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. Offensive rebound. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
Evan Fournier at 6'7", great size for the shooting guard position. He can swing to a three-spot at times, too.
Yeah, I like that versatility. I mean, defensively, he's got quick feet, but he can be overpowered at times. I think he wants to be a better rebounder, so working on that part of his game. So I'd say because of that, he's probably a little more comfortable and effective at the 2 spot right now.
He hits the second from the line.
And Fournier is highly skilled, a crafty European talent who's really fearless when it comes to shooting the basketball.
Here's McConnell. His last outing, he had 8 points. Passes to Embiid. He feeds it to Okafor. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Doesn't go for him. Gordon with the defensive effort. And Fournier kicks to Ross. Here's Vucevic. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You've got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
Now here's Okafor. A 17-point game for him in the win against Sacramento.
Yeah, but he set up shop at the free throw line. I mean, he just could not be defended out on the floor.
Here's Peyton. Jahlil Okafor making his last shot. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. The Magic again can't hit. The 76ers leading by 3. McConnell kicks to Covington. He dishes it to Okafor. Back to Covington. Pass to Okafor. The 76ers need to get off a shot. Good on the shot. Embiid's got 6.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
And they need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Ross for 3. Once again off the mark, Orlando. For Philadelphia, they've gone 5 of 7 today so far. Nice shooting to get this game underway. Here's Covington. Offensive rebound. Embiid. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And I say, hey, if it keeps working, go to it. Stay with it. I mean, until the defense responds and provides more resistance, keep making them pay.
And, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the 76ers.
They pounded the ball inside in the first half, forcing the D to collapse, and that frees up the shooters going forward.
They've been distributing the ball really well tonight, too. I mean, a decent number of assists so far for them.
And there's the foul. It'll go on T.J. McConnell. That's his first foul. Here is Ross. Looking for his first basket still in this one. And Ross with the slam.
The selfless attitude of Vucevic, willing to put his body on the line if it means clearing out space for somebody else on this team to get a clean shot off.
Now here's Okafor, leading by 5. Here's McConnell. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Yep, that one goes in there.
And defensively, they're on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Now here's Henderson, following the miss by Aaron Gordon.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage nonetheless. I mean, it was only with one hand, but he still threw that down pretty hard.
Now here's Embiid. He had 22 points in the win against Sacramento. The dish to Covington. The pass to Embiid. 5 to shoot. McConnell kicks to Henderson. Got a piece of it. Here's the break. Fournier dishes to Gordon. Out of bounds. Magic ball as Orlando keeps possession. Picked by Vucevic. Ross with a wide open look.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
I tell you what, the way he's been going this quarter, guys, they're going to need somebody else to pick up the slack.
From outside the arc, Henderson, no good. The Magic trail by 9. Here's Fournier, and foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. That one on Embiid.
You know, you look at Evan Fournier, and he's very crafty. He said his favorite player growing up was Manu Ginobili, and I see some similarities in their games. And both are efficient scorers. They're able to make the 3 and slash and dash inside to finish around the rim.
And Fournier has slasher's mentality, an excellent finisher around the rim.
And, you know, he's got a really soft touch, too, guys, Fournier. I mean, he can hit the floater. What I'd like to see from him are more free throws. Get to the line and maybe even bump up that assist total as well. I think he's got to find multiple ways to punish defenders as he gets into the lane.
And the 76ers decide to take their first timeout here.
You know, I think he just wants to tinker with the game plan a little bit, and I think that's a wise timeout.
And part of it, too, Greg, was he saw some things going on out there that he didn't care for.
And a chance here to take a look at the shooting chart.
Well, they haven't really been strong enough inside. I mean, they haven't been a force or aggressive with getting those good quality looks in the paint. And I think the one-dimensionality of their offense is going to continue to be an issue because the defense isn't having to worry about clogging the lane or defending down low.
The 76ers leading by 7. McConnell kicks to Henderson. That shot off. And it's the Magic taking it the other way. Want to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
And they ran their offense nearly to perfection in that one. Very few possessions were wasted.
Yeah, they put the mute button on them that time. I mean, in front of a hostile crowd, they never let the fans get going. They silenced them over and over again with big, timely shots.
76ers have gone 8 of 14 from the field in the first quarter. Pass to McConnell. He kicks to Okafor, and stolen by Gordon. Okafor, the pass to Embiid, and Embiid throws it down.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Now here's Henderson after the miss from Vucevic. McConnell kicks to Embiid. Back to McConnell. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. And now a 9-point 76ers lead. The Magic shooting a mere 25% from the floor in this first quarter. Payton kicks to Vucevic inside. Here's Gordon, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Well, you've got to give Gordon the ball when he's down inside. I mean, he can really score it in there. Philadelphia leading by 7.
Here's McConnell. Now Okafor. They set the pick. Shot clock at 6. And here's Covington from the arc. Rebounded by Vucevic. Vucevic has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Hazanya. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
And the 76ers with a completely new group now. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Biyombo is checked in for Vucevic. Green comes in for Aaron Gordon. Jody Meeks, he's checked in for Fournier. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Elfrid Payton. Rodriguez outside. Saric passes to Rodriguez. This is to Bayless. The feed to Saric. And that comes off the assist by Jared Bayless. Saric has got his first basket of the night.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
Well, after the 5 consecutive seasons where the Sixers have won fewer games than the season before, they're finally poised to reverse that trend. A much-needed infusion of young talent, bringing the promise of better days ahead.
He's off on the first. And the Sixers with a bevy of draft picks, the arrival of players who were stashed abroad or were recovering from injury. The new wave of young talent is there to see.
Well, this is the payoff for those 3 lean seasons, guys, and now it'll be a matter of seeing if this long-awaited influx of talent pays dividends.
That one misses. Well, the Magic in past famously losing superstar big men like Dwight Howard and Shaquille O'Neal. They've got some young talent, but do they have the star talent? They need to be great.
And you know what, Kevin? I think they can be really good, but I'm not sure they have that real foundational superstar player. Very few teams do, quite honestly. Still, for a team that hasn't had a winning season in over 5 years, I think just winning ball games becomes the most important thing.
And he makes the first.
And, you know, I think veteran leadership traits that Bayless exudes, really the reason he's so highly revered around the league. Somebody that this team looks to both on and off the court.
No free throws good from Bayless.
You know, Jared Bayless, like a lot of guys, has been a bit of a journeyman in his NBA career, but I think he's found a nice role that he can thrive in now. He provides good scoring off the bench at either guard spot, which makes him valuable, and he can even start for you in a pinch.
Yeah, they got that one, but early on, it's really been a struggle for them to secure that defensive backboard.
And because it's still early, I wouldn't read too much into it. There's still a lot of game left.
To the inside, got a piece of it. Stolen by Bayless. Oh, and here we go. Bayless got the fast break chance. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. And Anderson slams it in.
And they keep going down low with the ball and keep getting positive results.
Extremely positive. I mean, this is a very nice lead to have early in the ball game.
Now here's Green. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Here's Hazanya. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. And with Bayless, I think the key for him is letting him play the role of scorer. He has always been a combo guard, but he's at his best when he's taking shots instead of looking to set up others.
Yeah, I like the fact that he's strong and explosive, which does lend itself to him being an ideal guy to score the ball off the bench for you from the backcourt. I think oftentimes his physicality can wear down defenders.
The 76ers shooting their 4th shot at the foul line here. And the free throw, no good.
And here in the early going, missed free throws starting to become the storyline.
Yeah, and as a coaching staff, you feel helpless here. I mean, there's nothing you can do about it. You just hope they snap out of the rut.
So it's Philadelphia now. Magic knocking down the tray. 1:16 left in the first quarter of the game. And it comes off the front of the rim. And Augustine kicks to Hezonja. Green, the screen. Hezonja, the pass to Green. Wide open, couldn't capitalize.
I tell you what, folks, I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
Bayless from long range.
Boy, from my angle, it looked like it was in the bottom of the net. Looked good from here.
Yeah, I'm about as shocked as you are, Clark.
Hezonja's shot is off.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
Rodriguez passes to Saric. Here's Splitter. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot two. Well, the Philadelphia 76ers overseeing one of the most drastic and methodical rebuilds in NBA history over the last 3 seasons.
Yeah, and you know, they set league records, guys, for losing along the way. And eventually, amidst the league-wide criticism, ownership decided to change course and shake up the front office. You know, it's easy to find fault with the process, but it is true the team is in a better position now than it was back in 13.
And the Magic improving defensively last season.
Well, I like the talent level of their defenders. They can pressure the ball. They like to force turnovers and get out in the open court. That serves them well. Still room to grow for this group, but when they're creating and causing havoc, I think that's when they're at their best.
And he's good on the second. And the Sixers had been regarded as one of the most analytical front offices in the league. The new front office, it'll be interesting to see how their approach changes.
Well, will they keep the same up-tempo style, shooting threes and attacking the rim? This had been an organization willing to challenge convention in a lot of ways. We'll see if, in fact, that continues to be the case with the front office turnover.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And, Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
Here's Green. And no good trying to get that one. And that concludes the first quarter of play. 76ers lead by 9. And we'll return shortly. And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And guys, what's your take on the 76ers so far?
I tell you what, defensively, they have been in tune with one another, as intense as I've seen.
Yeah, nice job helping out on the rotations and drives, doing really good work at the defensive end.
The Magic trail by 9. Sarge is out there with Splitter. Then there's Anderson. Then it's Jared Bayless. And it's Rodriguez in at the point. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Here's Green. That's tipped out of bounds as Orlando keeps possession. Augustine dishes to Ross. 6 on the shot clock. Orlando moving the ball around. Knocked loose. That's good. The Philadelphia lead is cut to just 7 on the basket from Biyombo.
The tenacity on the interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, we know Mario Hezonja is a sharpshooter out of Croatia, and some say he was the cockiest player from that 2015 draft class. He once said, "I've never had respect to anybody on a basketball court. I don't care. Whether it's a veteran or a young player standing in front of me, I always have the same goal. I want to run over everybody." Kevin?
What a quote. He is not shy. Thanks, D.A.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Bayless with it. He's coming off a 10-point game against Sacramento. Kicks it to Saric. It's stolen by Green, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Dario Saric. That's his first foul. And Philadelphia making a change here. Okafor's checked in, and a switcher also for Orlando. Gordon's checked in. The Magic trail by 7. And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Now here is Augustine. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Philadelphia shooting fantastically in this game, 62% from the floor. But they recover it. Okafor kicks to Splitter. Rodriguez outside, down low, Okafor, and it's blocked by Gordon.
At the defensive end, Gordon is very accomplished. I mean, he gets off the ground quickly and is an excellent shot blocker as a result.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant. And this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Splitter misses.
Just tentative in the paint, lacking a little bit of confidence, allowed the defender to recover and contest that shot. Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
And Philadelphia has possession after the Magic pick up 2. Okafor kicks to Bayless. Shot clock at 6. Back to Okafor. It's Biyombo with the rebound. The Magic trail by 5. To the paint, taken away by Rodriguez. Feeds to Bayless. There we go. Now in the scoring column with that make, he is 1 for 4.
You know, Bayless is not just a perimeter player. I mean, he never backs away from chances to get close to the basket for these interior opportunities.
Now here is Augustine. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. There's the pick. And Meeks kicks to Augustine. 4 on the shot clock. Marked down low that time, and he got the 3-second clock. A chance here to assess what parts of the floor the attempts have been coming from as we look at the shot chart for Philadelphia.
And you see not a lot of corner threes. The defense doing a good job of closing out and denying those shorter distance triples. That's what the smart teams have to do.
And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going. And, you know, the performance of Aaron Gordon in last season's dunk contest cemented his status as a fan favorite. That take-a-chair-in-the-air dunk where he jackknifed over the mascot to dunk it with his left hand, that was one of the all-time great dunks in the history of that competition.
Here is Augustine. 76ers getting the bucket. Gordon a screen. It's Meeks outside. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Okafor's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
In that 2016 dunk contest, dunk for dunk, arguably the most spectacular competition we've ever seen.
No argument here. Gordon and Levine gave us one for the ages. It might have been fitting to rule it a tie, but Gordon's not complaining. He's certainly made a name for himself.
Clearly, he's not pleased with all the looks they've given up on the inside, and also to get them to tighten up that defense.
Yeah, and I think he's going to let them know about it. I mean, they're playing some soft interior defense, and you can't win that way. That's a recipe for disaster if you're not going to play with some physicality inside.
And Philadelphia will go for a different look here. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Splitter. Robert Covington comes in for Anderson. Gerald Henderson, he's checked in for Jared Bayless. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Rodriguez.
Boy, I think the postgame of Payton catches defenders off guard. I mean, he's got a lot of moves down there.
McConnell kicks to Okafor. Passes it to Henderson. Covington in the corner. Beyond the arc. Hands it from downtown. Covington's got 5.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
And Gerald Henderson is going to pick up that foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Out of bounds. Magic ball as Orlando keeps possession.
And while we have a chance, how about the numbers for Fournier? 15th in three-point shooting, and he's among the top 20 free throw shooters in the league. Doesn't waste many opportunities at the line.
And nobody's able to guard him out there. I mean, defenders have been trying to get physical with him, but it doesn't bother him. He just shrugs it off.
And Aaron Gordon, the 4th overall pick back in 2015 by the Magic, and very young for his class. He's 2 months younger than the 2016 top pick, Karl Anthony Towns.
And even as young as he is, guys, I mean, he's more than ready for the rigors of the NBA game. An incredible athlete. He's made his impact first and foremost with his defense and activity on the court, and that always travels well.
Gordon hits both of them.
The former Arizona Wildcat, Gordon is a high-motor player who gives great effort out there all the time.
McConnell gets to Okafor. Shoots a 3. Henderson, no good. The Magic trail by 10. Here's Payton. Fournier for 3. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist. Payton's got his 3rd assist on the night.
You know, he's always thinking. That's what I like about him. Spotted the open man and immediately changed out of his shot and gave it up.
Now here's Henderson. He picked up 12 points in their last one against Sacramento. Embiid the screen. Here's McConnell. Vucevic with the block.
And you know, with Vucevic, as is the case with all shot blockers, it's about timing. And how can you bait that shooter into shooting a shot that you know you can block?
Here's Okafor. They count on his contributions, currently providing 16.5 points a game. Here's McConnell. Vucevic with the block. Fournier against Henderson. High, arcing shot. Count it, and the Philadelphia lead has been cut down to 5 on the bucket from Fournier. Here's McConnell. He feeds it to Okafor. It's Henderson on the wing. Back to Okafor. Foul called that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And Okafor making headlines at times last season for the wrong reasons. Brawling with some hecklers, traffic violations. Guys, does that concern you if you're trying to build your team around him?
I don't think so. Clearly, it's something you want to be mindful of, but he's still young, still growing into being a professional player. We heard a lot of good things about his character in college. I think what you look at now is, has he learned and will he grow from some of these missteps? You don't want to see a pattern of that type of behavior, and I don't think you will.
Hezonja, he's checked in for the Magic. Both free throws good from Okafor.
And for much of his freshman season at Duke, Jahlil Okafor was considered a possible #1 overall pick for the 2015 draft. And in his rookie season, he averaged over 17 points per game. His interior offensive game was NBA ready from day one.
Now here's Vucevic. He's coming off a 10-point game against Memphis.
Yeah, but he was also a force on the defensive side. 2 blocked shots and also altered a ton of shots.
And for Okafor, we know he can score on the block. What areas, guys, you see where he can still improve?
Well, I think defense and rebounding are probably the 2 biggest areas. He's not extremely mobile or explosive, but with his size and strength, he's got to be a bigger presence on the glass, in my opinion.
good on both.
Take a look at what Fournier's been doing. 12 points, and some of his offense coming at the foul line with 5 points there.
Clark, 5 pretty big points indeed.
Now here's Henderson. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. McConnell kicks to Okafor. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Gordon. Well, games so often come down to free throws, and when that's the case, these are the players you want at the line. The best free throw shooting 2 guards in the NBA. And you look at Henderson, second in the NBA. So great from the line.
And this is a set of players that can drive and slash, hoping to draw contact, because if they can get to the bucket and the foul, it's going to be a three-point play the hard way.
Yeah, and I tell you what, I think even if they get whistled for a fair number of charge calls because of that aggressive mindset, it's worth it. When you're an elite free throw shooter, and these guys are, I think you've always got to be aggressive in trying to get yourself to the foul line. And
Orlando has possession. 76ers getting the bucket. Just 5 on the clock. Fires from deep. Kazania's shot is off. The 76ers leading by 7. To the paint. Covington passes to Okafor. Drops in the layup for 2. Okafor's got 6 points in the quarter.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
Count that one.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
Yeah, it looks like they've gained a little bit of confidence as the lid has come off the hoop.
Stolen. Covington with the bucket. Covington's got 9.
And it's always terrific when Covington gets going down in the paint. I mean, this guy can score the ball from anywhere on the floor.
And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. Sarge is checked in for Okafor. Green is checked in for Orlando. For Orlando, they have shot the ball pretty well from the line, going 8 of 11.
And 74% has been the mark for them on the season thus far.
Yeah, it's been a very frustrating season for them in that regard, guys.
Now here's Embiid. 12 points for him. Here's the screen. Sarge dishes to Covington. Pass to Sarge. Just 5 to shoot. Orlando grabs the miss. Hezonja kicks to Green. From 10 feet out, and Philadelphia grabs the miss. Embiid's got 4 rebounds in this game. Covington. Here's McConnell. And the 76ers get it back. Embiid, the pass to Henderson. Can't hit from the low block.
The mechanics totally out of whack right now. He's lost his feel for the shot.
Yeah, he really has. I mean, just totally out of sync. I mean, you can just see it in the numbers. Nothing going down for him right now.
Payton dishes to Fournier. Outside, Green. The Magic need to get a shot off here. They get it again. Vucevic. Oh, yes, the turnaround. Vucevic has got 7 points here in this quarter.
Quite honestly, Vucevic is one of the most aggressive and best rebounders in the association.
Embiid the screen. Here's Henderson, and he's good on the 3-ball. And the 76ers lead by 7. Orlando's gotten into trouble with the 3-ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. Payton kicks to Green. Fires for 3. Poked away.
He saw that one was going long, and he tracked it down.
Henderson passes to Covington. And a miss there on the triple.
And one thing I liked in the first quarter was their aggressiveness to draw the contact, putting the defense on the defensive.
Yeah, exactly. And I think they need to continue to press that advantage. They've got to get back to that. Don't go away from that. It's been working so well for them. Stay with it.
And it's going to be a 3-second call.
And all had a chance to check out stats for Covington. His last 10 games, putting up about 10 points a night, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists. And guys, no question, he's a guy with some talent. But honestly, even he'd like to see those numbers improve.
And all indications are that he's been working hard on his game. It just hasn't shown up in the box score yet.
Now here's Green taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now he averages about 9 points a game. He dishes it to Vucevic. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. And it's 13 points for Vucevic.
Offensively, it's been a perfect quarter for him. He hasn't missed a single shot.
McConnell kicks to Covington. Here's Henderson. Misses the three.
Nothing seems to be going down for him today. I like the move to go 2 for 1 here.
So do I, Greg. I mean, I agree with you. They need to get a quick look and then try to get another possession after that.
Philadelphia leading by 5. 27 seconds left to play here in the half. Shots good by Green.
What do you do with that guy? With his handles, he abuses defenders.
Philadelphia's gotten cold from deep in the second quarter, just 2 of 6 from long range. McConnell passes to Henderson. And Sarge kicks to McConnell. 6 to shoot. For 3, Covington. And that one is off. Look at that shot! How did that go in?
How about that?
Oh! It's all tied in Philadelphia. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Coach, it looked like the ball really was moving there in the first half.
Yeah, the game is simple when you make the extra pass, when you play the right way. We start out playing this way. We got to continue it for 4 quarters.
I know that's your area of emphasis, Frank. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson, joined by Kenny Smith, right there. And Shaquille O'Neal, he's right there. Welcome to the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. It's turning out to be a close game at Wells Fargo Center. Let's start with you, Shaq. What'd you think about the 76ers?
Aggressive. I called them up earlier. I like it. They're taking it hard to the rack, dictating the pace, setting the physical tone. You're not going to get that by launching threes all night. Everybody knows that.
And over to Kenny. How about what you saw from the Magic?
Well, one place they had the edge was on the offensive boards. They converted those extra possessions into points. Nothing is more demoralizing to a defense than forcing a miss and then giving up a second attempt. The offensive glass is going to pay big dividends for them.
It is just about time now for the third quarter to begin. After the final buzzer sounds, the 3 of us will still be sitting here talking to you.
Actually, it's 4 people.
As we return to Philadelphia, we give you a scenic view of the downtown skyline of this terrific city. A stunning sight. And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. You know, Vucevic, guys, has been exceptional.
Yeah, the rebounding, particularly on the offensive side, as good as it gets. He was bringing the effort down low.
And I tell you what, that allowed him to get his team several multiple shot opportunities. His work on the offensive glass has been invaluable.
The Magic shooting 43% from the floor.
Well, in the NBA draft, there's a train of thought that you draft for talent, not for need. The Sixers adhered to that and created a bit of a log jam at the center position as a result.
Checking out the group for Frank Vogel to start the second half. Gordon down low with Vucevic. The guard tandem is Payton and Fournier. And it's Ross in at the 3 slot. And so here's Orlando. Gordon dishes to Payton. There's the pass to Ross. Pass to Fournier for the lead. Goes back up. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
The reason Payton has a promising future in this league is because he's a stat sheet stuffer. He does it all.
And for the Sixers, a lot of talent in the front court, but you knew the time would come where they need to balance the roster.
Exactly. I mean, with Okafor, Embiid, and Noel, all natural centers, come on, just not enough minutes for all of them. And when you box yourself in like that, It can make it tough sometimes to get the value you'd like to get in a trade.
And he misses the second one as well, so he is 0 for 2 that time.
And, you know, Elfrid Payton's first sport was football. His father played in the Canadian League. But after Hurricane Katrina hit, Payton's New Orleans area youth team disbanded. And Payton moved to Texas and then decided to focus on hoops instead. I don't know how that happened in Texas, as crazy as they are about football there.
And he knocks down the first one. And Elfrid Payton, a late bloomer in basketball, he was always the smallest player on his high school team until a growth spurt his junior year of high school.
And that may be why he was so lightly recruited coming out of high school, guys. He ended up going to the University of Louisiana at Lafayette. Not what you would call a powerhouse, but it all worked out because he's where he hoped to be, playing in the NBA.
And you can sense that the pressure might have gotten to him a little bit, but he did do enough to put them in the lead.
Fournier passes to Vucevic. And he misses the go-ahead basket.
Yeah, but you have to love that tough interior defense.
And, Greg, that's exactly what he gives you. I mean, he's constantly making his presence felt around the rim. And the Sixers leaving roster spots open over the years, trying to find some unheralded talent. Robert Covington is one of those finds. A nice shooting stroke. He can defend either forward position. This guy's got game.
No good on the free throw. And Covington can slide between the 3 or the 4 spot. You got to like that versatility.
Yes, you do, because it gives you a chance to play effectively with the small ball lineup, because he can play the 4 or you can play big with him. For a team with a crowded front court, every little bit of flexibility helps.
He hits the second from the line.
Man, you got to love the intensity of Covington. I mean, he's a consistent shooter from beyond the arc. And he's a player that also isn't afraid to get dirty on the glass for rebounds. That's a nice combination. Nice stroke, but still he'll do some dirty work too.
Gordon with no one around and unable there to get the go-ahead bucket.
They have yet to hit a shot, a real slow start here in the second half.
Expanding his range. A shot by McConnell, no good. Orlando trailing here. Okafor with the steal. And stolen by Payton. And here we go with the Magic fast break. And Vucevic with the basket on the assist by Payton. Payton's got his 7th assist in the game. They've been doing a great job of sharing the ball.
And guys, shot A comes to mind for me, because right now that offense, it's a smooth operation.
He's got long arms, the wide frame. Add to that a fast release, and he's able to get shots over defenders before they can challenge. When he's hitting that, there's not a whole lot you can do to stop him.
Now here's Gordon. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game.
1 for 5 on offense. A slow start here in the second half.
Covington kicks to Okafor, leaps for it, and stolen by Gordon. Payton outside. Now the dish to Gordon. The feed to Ross. He kicks to Vucevic. And no good that time. And it's Philadelphia the other way. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Henderson dishes to Okafor. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Okafor's got 4 points now in the quarter.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the lead.
Payton outside. Up top, Ross. Shoots the 3. But they'll get another chance. Right side, Gordon. That's tipped. And here's Fournier. He's got 12. Back to Gordon. Payton kicks to Ross. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Beyond the arc. Okafor grabs the miss. Philadelphia leading by 4. Passes it to McConnell. Pick by Okafor. Henderson kicks to McConnell. Good D by Payton.
This shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
And Philadelphia will go for a different look here. Splitters checked in for Joel Embiid. Justin Anderson comes in for Robert Covington. Jared Bayless is checked in for Gerald Henderson. And Rodriguez is subbed in for T.J. McConnell. Orlando also making some changes. Biyombo comes in for Vucevic. And D.J. Augustine subbed in for Elfrid Payton. Here's Rodriguez. Magic knocking down the tray. And it's Okafor off the drive.
That strength of Okafor is on full display. When you foul him, you really have to hit him, or he can still get the hoop and the foul.
Jody Meeks, he's checked in for Fournier. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the 76ers.
Guys, their play close to the hoop has been great all game.
Yeah, and the other thing that they've done well is they've really attacked the gaps of the defense with quick, decisive drives down the lane.
The Magic last season trading away Tobias Harris, an outstanding young player, for more veteran players. It was an interesting move, in my opinion. It seems like their patience with the youth movement was running out, and they're ready to try to make some noise in the East now.
And it's Gordon missing.
Boy, with an open look like that, he is so gifted. Man, you've got to play better defense. Eventually, he's going to make you pay.
Yeah, you can see he's still in rhythm, even though he misses that one. Almost always deadly when he's that open.
And the Magic last season also trading away productive bigs like Channing Frye and Kyle O'Quinn. Guys, do you like what they've done roster-wise?
I think so. I mean, they have talent, but sometimes it's been a little hard to determine and discern which way they're headed. Are they going young or older? You need a mix, and sometimes you just have to wait for your young, talented players to become more seasoned. Yet we know at some point the fans want to see playoff basketball.
Now here's Rodriguez. He averages about 5 points a game, and it's slammed in by Splitter.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat.
Now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
Here's Augustine. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. Dishes to Meeks. Another miss by Orlando.
It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's costing him.
The shot's good from Bayless.
Throughout Bayless's career, he's proven to be quite dependable from outside. If you don't get a hand up on him, he'll drop in that perimeter shot for you.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Jahlil Okafor.
And he's been taking it to the rack all game, and they haven't been able to contain him. They have to put up better fight on the inside.
And, Sixers head coach Brett Brown, an assistant coach in San Antonio for over a decade, helping them win 4 NBA titles. Pretty drastic transition going from coaching one of the winningest teams in the league to one that's really, really struggled.
And the Magic making a change here. Green's checked in. Now here is Augustine. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Okafor against Green. Three-pointer Augustine. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Green's got 3 assists in the game. And you talk about the Sixers struggles over the last 3 seasons. Brett Brown understood some of what he was getting into.
And, guys, I think he understood what the landscape was. He has no regrets, but look, he ranks among the lowest winning percentage among coaches with over 100 games coached in league history. But I think his focus was on the rebuilding process. He knew it was going to be hard, probably harder than he thought it would be. But I just hope that stigma of this losing doesn't unduly hurt his coaching career and that he actually is able to reap the benefits of a tough start to his coaching career.
So it's Orlando now after the Sixers pick up 2.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Bayless's shot is off. And now, here comes Augustine leading the break. Here's Green. Okafor grabs the miss. Okafor's got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. And Bayless kicks to Splitter. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. And we take a look here at the shot chart.
And plain and simple, they just don't have the three-point shot tonight. They'll need to keep taking them to keep the defense honest, but they can't expect it to be a major source of points the way they have been clanking it off the iron so far. Just a bad time to go cold from deep as a team.
And he knocks down the first one.
Been a good night for Splitter. He has 8 points and 1 assist.
Sarge is checked in for the 76ers. And a change for the Magic. Mario Hezonja's checked in for Ross. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. The Magic trail by 11. Hezonja, the pass to Augustine. Kicks to Green. Shoots. Again, the miss by Green. The 76ers leading by 11. Rodriguez passes to Bayless. Outside for Rodriguez. Back to Bayless. Up and in on the layup. Bayless has got 11.
Really love seeing Bayless go straight to the rack. I mean, that kind of confidence is infectious to the rest of his teammates.
Now Augustine out to the wing. And Meeks kicks to Green. Right wing. Three-pointer Augustine. They grab their own miss. Biombo, the third shot of the possession, finally falls for him.
And that's right where they wanted to go with the ball in rhythm.
And Bayless kicks to Sarge. Splitter sets a screen. It's stolen by Green. Lets it go from deep. Orlando gets it back. Fires the 3. No good. Shot missing.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench if he keeps shooting it like that. He has been putrid here this quarter.
And it's good. Walk through contact, hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line. Here's Hezonja. He's got 9. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Now a timeout called by Orlando.
And they're picking up a lot of fouls already in the penalty. Not a good sign. They need to focus on moving their feet and maintaining a good defensive position.
And here's a rundown of the rookies already having a huge impact in their first season. These are the NBA's rookie scoring leaders. In the third spot, Dario Saric.
Well, coming in, you wondered how his talent would translate at this level in terms of scoring. And I've got to say, apparently, it's translating pretty well.
Well, you know, hey, as a rookie, it's always hard to earn the respect of coaches, but he's earned every minute he's gotten this season. Just a terrific offensive threat. We've got a moment now to see how the Magic are doing in the NBA rankings right now. 4th in three-point field goal percentage, 9th in blocks, and they're in the top half of the league distributing the basketball as well. Not too shabby, room for improvement, but acceptable.
And you look at their three-point shooting, they put defenses in a tough position. You've got to protect the paint and still chase out to 25 feet from the hoop. No easy task.
And he makes both free throws. Here's Philadelphia. They're on an 18-7 run. Feeds it to Bayless. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. You look at the Magic. They're sitting 8th right now in the early going. And, of course, Philadelphia. Not in the same realm right now in terms of their record.
And seeing where the 76ers are, so far it looks like the adjustments they've made in the offseason aren't going to produce the desired effect.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think the plan they have in place is going to get it done. This season could be another long, slow journey through the NBA cellar.
The first free throw is good.
Been a stellar outing in this one for Bayless. 12 points and several assists.
And with the ball in his hands, he's made terrific passes, but also when he's gotten to the line, he's been consistent as well.
Yeah, I like that combination, guys. I mean, going to make your coach happy when you're getting it done in those areas, taking care of the ball, finding your teammates, and then knocking down free throws. Those are winning things.
The Magic trail by 13. Augustine with it. He feeds it to Biyombo. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Splitter's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Anderson. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And so far this season, shooting at a 75% clip from the line.
And that one misses. And the second free throw, good. The Magic trail by 14. Now here is Augustine. They set the pick. Green, the screen. 6 to shoot. Here's Biyombo. That one doesn't drop. And it's Philadelphia the other way. Here's Philadelphia. They're on a 20-7 run. Pass to Saric. Top of the key, Bayless. Another miss by Philadelphia.
That was a half-hearted pick, and he was just going through the motions on that possession, and now it ends up costing him.
Green, no luck.
No doubt the quarter just not going his way. Still scoreless.
Anderson dishes to Splitter. Here's Saric. From 6 away, picked away. Here's Azania. 11 points in the game. Out of bounds, Philadelphia takes possession.
And really just a lack of awareness on his part. Just no idea he was right near the line.
Some changes for Philadelphia. Robert Covington comes in for Anderson, and it's Henderson for Rodriguez. Orlando also making some changes. Vucevic checked in for Biyombo. Evan Fournier comes in for Meeks, and it's Payton in for Augustine. And here's Covington from the arc, and Vucevic pulls it down. Vucevic has got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Yep, that one goes. Azania's got 4 this quarter.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the floater.
And Bayless kicks to Covington. To the middle. It's tipped. It's stolen by Green. And the pass to Azania. There's the 3. Kept alive. Doesn't go for him. The 76ers leading by 12. Shot and game clock separated by 5. And that one's good by Henderson.
And, you know, Bayless is very good at threading the needle with his passing, a masterful distributor who keeps his head on a swivel and sees everything when he's got the ball.
And here is Payton. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. Picked by Vucevic. Here's Fournier. And the miss. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. 76ers ahead, leading by 14. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of the fourth quarter. Next. Now let's listen in to Frank Vogel's huddle.
Look, they can't guard great passing. They're passing the ball great to start. We got to do that for 4 quarters.
Preaching ball movement. Frank Vogel likes what he's seeing so far.
Yeah, and I'd say moving the ball with a purpose, working the offense, trying to find good shots.
And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. The 76ers leading by 14. We've got Joel Embiid, Robert Covington out there with Saric, then it's Henderson, and it's McConnell in at the point guard position. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time, the whistle blowing. And the foul goes against Orlando. And Joel Embiid, a big man with franchise player potential. Talk about what makes him special, guys.
Well, I think it's his size, his athleticism. And what I liked when I watched him at Kansas was how he improved so rapidly. Almost from game to game, you saw major strides in his performance. He can score inside and out. He can block shots. He defends. He runs the floor well. There's a reason he was drafted 3rd overall back in 2014, even with a broken foot.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. Now Payton. Cross on the wing. Gordon kicks to Payton. Some nice ball movement by the Magic. And it's Gordon missing.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
Henderson kicks to McConnell. He dishes it to Saric. To the right side. Here's Covington. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down.
Incredible, incredible body control right there. Don't know how he was able to get that one to go, but it sure was a thing of beauty to watch.
And the 76ers making a change here. Okafor's checked in. Free throw drops for Covington. The Magic trail by 19. Payton with the ball. Pass to Fournier. Here's Vucevic. He can't get it to go. Excellent D there from Okafor. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It's going to be on Aaron Gordon.
And already Okafor has become a dominant big man in the association. Has a good number of post moves to choose from, in addition to a nice jump hook. Two.
The first one falls.
What a performance. Just look at the game for Okafor. 14 rebounds and a huge helping of assists as well.
No doubt about it. He's the conductor, the band leader, Clark, and this offense has really performed at a high level.
And so he makes both from the line. 60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. And Fournier kicks to Gordon. And the rejection by Embiid. Ross, that's good. The 76ers leading by 19 points. McConnell kicks to Embiid. Back to McConnell. Embiid the screen.
And it was the screen there, guys, that freed him up as he ran his man into it.
And then it was all acceleration, GA, to the bucket right after that.
Almost a backboard breaker.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam. We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. Gordon a screen. Now the feed to Payton. For 3, Ross. Offensive rebound. Gordon the pass to Ross. Goes back up. That one goes in. Ross has got 4 points this quarter. They're making this a runaway.
And the only question for me right now is just how big the lead will eventually become.
There's the dish to Henderson. Passes to McConnell. 6 on the shot clock. Count that one. And the 76ers lead by 21.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Fournier dishes to Payton. Vucevic against Embiid. It's Fournier on the wing. He tries for 3. Here's Gordon. And the rejection by Embiid. Gordon against Okafor. Here's Henderson. And stolen by Fournier. Here's the floater. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Henderson with it. Now Payton defending. Dishes it to Embiid. And the 3 off target.
Kevin, I didn't like that defensive effort at all, but they're lucky he missed it.
Yeah, you hope that's not indicative of the type of D they're going to play, because if they do, they're going to have struggles with him tonight.
At the line for your 76ers, Gerald Henderson. At the line for 2. And that one falls for Henderson. And the Magic making a change here. Biombo's checked in. Both free throws good from Henderson. Here's Payton. Now a timeout called by Orlando.
And they've gotten good looks, so that's one reason they're frustrated. Maybe he can come up with something to get them an easy one, maybe get to the line.
Yeah, that may be the answer for them. But you know what else, Greg? Ultimately, I think because they're getting good shots, they'll make a better percentage of them going forward.
Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Tipped away. Here's Embiid, and Embiid throws it down.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal, and then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
Here's Payton. The 76ers getting the bucket. And, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. They recover it. Just 5 on the clock. Tries again. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession. And the 76ers with some changes. Rashawn Holmes, he's checked in for Okafor. Anderson comes in for Robert Covington. And Luwawu subbed in for Gerald Henderson. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Zimmerman, he's checked in for Gordon. Jody Meeks comes in for Terrence Ross. C.J. Wilcox, he's checked in for Evan Fournier. And it's Watson in for Payton. It's intercepted. Over in the corner, Meeks. Good on the three-point shot.
And not the tightest D right there. And he's going to punish you if you give him that much space. That three-point shot is his bread and butter.
Here's McConnell. Embiid kicks to McConnell. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
And the 76ers with some changes. Okafor is checked in for Rashawn Holmes. And Rodriguez is subbed in for Luwawu. Then for the Magic, Gordon's checked in for Zimmerman. Terrence Ross comes in for C.J. Wilcox. And D.J. Augustine subbed in for C.J. Watson. And there's the call by the official. They'll count the basket here following the goaltending call.
He thought he had the clean block there, but the refs saw it differently, and they call the goaltend.
The 76ers leading by 23. McConnell passes to Rodriguez. And it's Okafor at the elbow. Really left alone that time. Okafor's got 6 points in the quarter.
Really excellent recognition by Okafor to catch the defense napping. He has to be feeling really quite invincible right now, especially when he's nailing that catch and shoot jump shot of his.
Now here is Augustine. He kicks to Meeks. 6 on the shot clock. Offline with his 3.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Anderson outside. Here's McConnell, headed by Augustine. Kicks to Okafor. Pass to Rodriguez. For 3. That's Biyombo with the rebound.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
Out of bounds as Orlando keeps possession. And Augustine kicks to Ross. Off the screen. And that one hits back iron.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
And it's blocked by Gordon. Feeds it to Ross. Here's Biyombo. And he makes that one.
Nice job creating for the easy deuce.
The 76ers leading by 23. Now here's Rodriguez. He feeds it to Okafor. Deflects the pass. Embiid, the pass to McConnell from the baseline. No good on that one. And it's the Magic taking it the other way. The pass to Gordon. He dishes it to Ross. Orlando moving the ball around. Biyombo. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. Biyombo's got 4 points this quarter. The 76ers have gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter. Pass to Embiid. And it's D.J. Augustine with the foul. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
Yeah, clearly a foul of frustration right there.
Not his best moment. Obviously, no one on their team's happy right now, but you shouldn't be taking that frustration out on your opponent with a poor foul.
And he makes the first.
Well, I tell you what, so much excitement to see Joel Embiid finally on the hardwood, regarded as the likely #1 overall pick in the 2014 draft before he fractured a bone in his foot. He's finally getting a chance to show what he can do on the court.
Here's what Philadelphia's going with right now. Robert Covington's checked in for Justin Anderson, and Jared Bayless subbed in for Rodriguez. And for Embiid, 2 separate surgeries on his foot, missing years of action. You hope he can find a way to stay healthy.
Yeah, I would certainly agree with you there, Kevin, but it's difficult when you're as big as he is. He's a 7-footer, and that puts a lot of pressure on the feet, and he's already seen a couple of issues where he's missed time. Reminds you a little bit of guys like Bill Walton, Yao Ming. Those guys had a tough time playing a long time because of foot problems, but if Embiid can stay healthy, I think he's got a chance to be truly special.
And the first one drops. That one misses. The 76ers leading by 22 and stolen by Gordon. Fournier dishes to Payton. Clock at 6. Back to Fournier. Shoots a 3. That one's rebounded by Embiid. Embiid's got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. Here's Bayless. And the shot goes in.
And you can just see he's a different player since coming back from halftime.
Orlando's gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. Here's Payton. Fournier for 3. And it's rebounded by Covington.
Oh, a tough quarter for him offensively. He hasn't been able to give his team a lift when they need it.
Passes it to McConnell. Okafor against Gordon. Okafor kicks to Embiid. Jumper off the screen. Another shot. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Boy, Okafor is really productive down inside, either getting baskets or earning trips to the foul line. With that wide frame, good footwork, and nice touch, he puts a lot of pressure on the D.
At the line for 2. And that one falls for Okafor. Some changes for Philadelphia. Sarge comes in for Joel Embiid, and Luwawu subbed in for T.J. McConnell. And a change for the Magic. Vucevic is checked in. That misses, so he splits the free throws. And Nikola Vucevic averaging a double-double over the last 4 seasons, and yet there are some questions about how those numbers translate in the win-loss column.
Well, you know, he's not especially quick or explosive, and he is big and strong and takes advantage of those attributes. The league seems to be going away from the slower, bigger post-up guys. If you're not a dunker and a shot blocker or a three-point shooter these days, you can get lost in the shuffle a bit, but this guy, Vucevic, brings a lot of good stuff to the table, and I think it's incumbent upon his team to keep him in positions where he can succeed.
Payton outside. It's deflected. And here's Vucevic. The offensive rebound. Ross for 3. No good there.
Tell you what, the defense has nothing to worry about out there with him shooting. I mean, he can't dial it in from deep this half at all.
Now Bayless. The feed to Okafor. Here's Luwawu. Back to Okafor. Good again. He's on tonight. 9 for 13 shooting.
Boy, the energy by Okafor on display there really just kind of willed that shot in over some pretty stingy defense.
Gordon a screen. There's 1:47 left in the fourth quarter. Payton passes to Gordon. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there. Bayless dishes to Okafor. Pass to Luwawu. Okafor kicks to Bayless. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time. Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the 76ers.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season.
And once the horn sounds, they're going to go up 2-0 in the season series.
But, Greg, still 2 more games upcoming between these teams, so we could have a few more twists and turns down the road.
I mean, when you look at the stats, you'll see just how dominant a game this was for Okafor. He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
Now here's Ross. Here's Payton. And that one goes long. This has been a one-sided affair.
Yeah, they've done a nice job of extending their lead and maintaining that intensity level.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Saric, and it's blocked by Gordon. Now here's Ross. He's guarded closely. Payton with the ball. So it's the 76ers winning this one easily. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Gerald, you guys win with the pace you wanted. Was that a big focus tonight?
I mean, that's a key for us to come out from the beginning. You know, we usually have pretty good first quarters. You know, our problem's been just sustaining it. So, you know, we did that tonight, and, you know, thankfully we won.
Great four-quarter effort, Gerald. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us. And now the award-winning Ernie Johnson will take it from here. We'll see you next time.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson, along with Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, as we present our Jordan Player of the Game, Jahlil Okafor.
He took it upon himself to dominate the glass tonight, fellas, and that's exactly what he did. He finished with a grand total of 19 rebounds. With him out there working as hard as he was on the glass, his teammates had to fall in line.
Listen, he shot lights out from the floor, and not by accident. The job he did to find the open shots, get high percentage looks, was fantastic. And when he got those open looks, he don't miss, baby. He do not miss.
That's going to do it for our broadcast tonight. We certainly hope you've enjoyed the show, don't we, guys?
It was great.
Yeah. Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, and for Kevin Harlan and the entire 2K Sports crew. All 653,000 of them.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Hard-working.
A lot of people.
Yeah. It's a long line at the buffet, though.
Yeah. Shout out to the T-Pose, man.
Yes.
I don't know his name, but I know his face.
I'm Ernie Johnson. See you next time.